Alright, so for number 6, we have the initial value problem y prime minus 9y equals e to the negative t, and at 0, y equals negative 1, and we are given that y approaches 0 as t approaches infinity, and we want to find the solution yt, and we want to find y prime at 0. Alright, first off, we're going to find the general solution, and we're going to convert to lambda and set it equal to 0, and we're going to find that lambda equals 3 and negative 3, and since they are different lambda values, we use the equation c1 times e to the negative 3t plus c2 e to the negative 3t. Next, we're going to find our partial solution, and to that we're going to use the method of undetermined coefficients, and we're going to use a times e to the negative t, and we're going to find yp prime and yp double prime. I'm going to set those equations back into the original equation. I'm going to solve for a and get negative 1 over 8, so ypt equals negative 1/8 times e to the negative t. Alright, now that we have our general solution and our partial solution, we can combine them, and we'll have c1 times e to the 3t plus c2 e to the negative 3t minus 1 over 8 times e to the negative t, and then here we can apply our initial condition of 0 at 0 y equals negative 1. When applying that, we'll get negative 7 over 8 equals c1 plus c2, but since we know that the limit as t approaches infinity equals 0, we can set the each individual equation in the solution to t to infinity. We can set t to infinity, and then we'll see that c2 e to negative 3t equals 0, and negative 1 over 8 times e to the negative t also equals 0. So since the overall value will be 0 as t approaches infinity, that means c1 times e to the 3t must equal 0. So c1 equals 0. So plugging c1 equals 0 back into our solution, we get negative 7 over 8 equals c2. And since c1 equals 0, that's no longer, that whole part of the equation equals 0. So yt equals negative 7 over 8 times e to the negative 3t minus 1 over 8 times e to the negative t. And now we can differentiate and get y prime, which is 21 over 8 times e to the negative 3t plus 1 over 8 times e to the negative t. And then we find y prime at 0, solve, and get 11 over 4. And I also did a double check to make sure that my my equation for yt still was legal for the initial condition at 0.